Life can be stressful. Getting away and getting out on an off-road adventure might be exactly what you need. Today, we're headed off to the west side of Harrison Lake. As we finish a nice drive down Highway 7, we're greeted with some beautiful views just before we hit the Forest Service roads of Harrison Lake. Once we were off-road, we immediately started looking for little side trails to see what kind of trouble we could find. One of the first places we found was this sand dirt pit, fairly soft and fun, just enough to waste a few minutes. The exit to the pit was the funnest part, but time to move on and find some real trails. Well, wouldn't you know it, these GoPros, they never show anything that looks as steep as it is. My nephew Creel here, this is literally his very first time driving off-road, so this is a fun little obstacle for him. He was probably, you know what, in his pants a little bit.
Slow. Creep it. Slow here, very slow. Slow. Watch your front.
Not really sure why, but any roads that have bridges and water crossings just seem that much more cooler. Next up, we're going to try to make our way up to Sunrise Lake. This used to have a really good gatekeeper move called the V-Rock. Back in the day, this was a pretty good challenge. I haven't been here in many years, but apparently it's had a lot of it filled in for some logging that happened in the area just a couple of years ago. After a few minutes of a chunky climb, we made it to the V-Rock. And surprisingly, it looked better than I thought it was. Alright, we are at V-Rock. This log here is kind of in the way. There she is. Here's my attempt at the rock. Now, instead of splitting the difference and kind of riding on both sides, sort of chose just to drive half on, half off the middle. Next up, it's Creel's turn. Let's see how he does on this first challenge. How's it your first legit?
Yeah, you like just teetering up the whole way.
Your first legit move?
Oh yeah.
It's good, right?
Big moves.
Big moves. It's fun though.
Oh, so fun.
Well, fortunately we got trees down and I forgot my chainsaw. I don't think I can get those by hand. It's a bit too much. Well, come back with a chainsaw. Well, a couple more minutes up the road, unfortunately we had trees across the road and I forgot my chainsaw. But the good news is we get to come back down V-Rock. Well, after a couple of minutes of a chunky ride down, we're off to a new location. With a beautiful view off to our side, we're headed on down to Hale Creek. The run down to Hale Creek has two ways, commonly referred to as easy and hard, but don't let that fool you. The hard way is more like intermediate, does just enough fun stuff so you can pick some lines and make it interesting. If you are unaware, the Hale Creek Rec site is maintained by the 4-Wheel Drive Association of British Columbia. They're a great organization that hosts a monthly run down to the site for maintenance and cleanup. If you've never heard of them or you're not a part, please consider checking them out and joining the association. Quick stop for some snacks and hot dogs with the amazing views, and our time will be over here, and we are going to be heading back out hard way. After a few minutes up the trail, we hit the very first rock garden, and I guess this would be the most challenging section. Take your time and you can work your way through it. At this point in time, my truck had 3 inches of lift and stock tires. I'll put a linked card above here of me performing the suspension lift and tires. Even though my truck has a locking differential, we did not lock in here. This was with open diff.
Got a big rock here. There you go. Almost. Go right over. Right. There you go. There you go. Okay, now you're back in. There you go. There you go. So come as close as you can to this guy right over here.
Yeah, that was a really fun section. Too bad it's so short. I really wish just continued on and on and on. Unfortunately, that was the last rock garden, but that doesn't mean we're done. There's definitely a few more sections to get through. It's hard to tell here on camera, but from here out it gets pretty steep, and there's definitely some rocky sections where you really got to navigate a little bit. And this is the last steep section of the climb. From here on out, it's just an easy drive out to the top with some amazing views. And just like that, you got a minute or two and you're back to the Forest Service Road to take you back home. That being said, I really appreciate you watching the video. Consider hitting like and subscribing to the channel, and we hope to see you next time. Thanks so much for watching today. Bye-bye.